What's happening? Man, this thing. Let me talk about this thing. Like, it's related to, like, when I was say when I went to college. Perhaps you remember, like, the first chapter. And the trip is, I was trying to figure out, but I'll never know, I guess. Maybe I could if I did. Anyway, let me reveal the mystery. It's like, um, it's about keeping your focus. Like, you going to school is a big decision. And everybody in your life is not going to be on board with that. Because, especially if, you're the first person in your family, to go to college or whatever. Or close enough, like maybe there's other people, but nobody, nothing significant out of it. Maybe they did get a degree, maybe they didn't do much with it. Like, so you don't have say, like, it's not in your culture, like, to just, like, this is what we do. We go to school, you know, no, you don't know what to do, you do whatever. So if you make a decision like that to go to college, they telling you your boyfriend or girlfriend is not necessarily gonna like that. Maybe even your parents, friends, whatever. They're used to things being a certain way and you being a certain way. And unfortunately, maybe they love you for real at the end of the day, and it's misguided to where they want to keep you where you at. So they'll sabotage your shit. Plus, it's not that hard to sabotage it. You really, at the end of the day, you're gonna sabotage yourself. They're gonna be that influence, and you're gonna take that and manipulation, influence, whatever, and it's gonna be your funeral, your loss. If that's something you really wanted to do, but if it's something you really want to do, you have to understand. You have to let some people go. Maybe you have to make a decision. You got to know that going in. And I'm saying that it ain't, I'm saying that because of that, but it ain't just about school. It's like anything serious that you're trying to do, that you're working toward. That's not the norm. People not going, you just doing some regular shit. Fuck, they gonna applaud you. This doesn't challenge anything. Why are they gonna buck that? You understand? They will enjoy that. That's good. Stay in your lane. Stay in our lane. This is our lane. We don't go in those lanes. That's not for us. That's for other people. And then they'll badmouth the other people, to make sure that that they don't like them kind. They don't like people with money. We don't like people with money. We like certain people with money, or we pretend to like certain people with money. But other than that, we don't like people with money. We don't like millionaires. We don't like billionaires. They're bad. Oh, he's one. I like him. But, well, which is it? So it's acceptable if it's the preacher you like or some entertainer you like or some, like this shit's stupid, man. So many things. It's just when you go through a tragedy or something and not like you don't give a damn about nothing, but you realize so much shit you think that matters a lot. At the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. It's society. They say it matters. It matters to them. The media's keeping that spinning and going. It's in the papers. It's it's the talk. It's the buzz. They on the radio. Everybody, because everybody talking, including myself, got to talk about something, right? You ain't talking about nothing. What do you choose to talk about? Some gossip that's going on. Somebody getting a divorce, somebody cheating, somebody who Kim Kardashian with Pete Davidson, whatever, right? Like these kind of things, shit I ain't even paying attention to at all, but still it bleeds through to my reality. Crazy, right? Everything when you're working towards something, people say like, the things, man. You want to be a writer or actor or singer or rapper, dancer, anything that's not just the norm. Unless you in a family of dancers or some shit, obviously that's y'all norm. If you a Marcellus, well, yeah, you play music. You did, like, it's not out the box for them, but for somebody else, following coming from, right? Okay, so man, it's a trip. Your mind got to be made up. You got to know it. You ain't got to know that, but it helps to be prepared in all these situations, and realize that people will say that they love you and care about you, but they'll drag you down. And then when it's all said and done, there'll be nowhere around. They'll leave you. And you sacrifice everything. Matter of fact, I know people that's done that, but they didn't want it. They didn't want it that bad. Or counter to that, they didn't. They did. Obviously, they did not want it that bad. But manipulation, influences, it's changed and sway that strong feeling, opinion that you have, and sway you, and like infect you, and pull you somewhere where you didn't want to be. It's messed up. But once again, it's like that Jedi mind trick and other things only work on the weak-minded. It's not like magic where it's sleight of hand and they're playing on something that all people have as a blind spot that, that they understand that if I do this, you're going to pay attention to that, and this can do something that you're not realizing, and they know how to work that, but it's not the same thing. That's not what that is. because you can see through that. If your focus is on, like none of that is gonna interfere with what I want to do. Sorry, but no, I got to study. Sorry, but no, I'm writing the book. This is what, whatever. It take time to and energy to put into making an app or a program or a book or a script or some great artwork, whatever, anything worthwhile. Take a lot of time to make phone calls, cold calling motherfuckers, or to ride around and look at houses and make calls and write down numbers, to situate and set up and focus on building this bed and building this desk and this other shit. It take time. It take time just to even time, focus, energy just to pay your bills, keep your shit on. As I know, because when I had them leaving them responsibilities on other people, you know, giving them the money, shit would be going off. Because I'm thinking that is, I had an example, shit. In my time, my daddy, shit, he gave my mom, he just gave my mom this check, and however, she handled the bill, she did all that shit, and I thought that was the way it was supposed to be. I quickly found out that everybody don't operate like that. Who knew? But I think at a time maybe they did, but just like now things is different. Things change and things change and things change. It's a slow transition, but by the time it get from them to us, it ain't. It's a different world, Like the show, it's a different world than where you come from, and now, like, cause I'm around her age, maybe a little younger or whatever, something like that. But speaking of, but now, the kids are saying it's a parents just don't understand. Will, you know, right? Just because you made a song called "Parents Don't Understand," don't mean that when you get to be a parent, that your ass gonna understand. Parents just don't understand. They on a whole nother thing. This generation, this shit is. But at the end of the day, and you got to be in it for the long haul, like this, right? I'm perfecting my time, working on this, that, the other. It's been a long journey, and man, it's always. I guess I could have a crew. There's no crew though. If y'all think there's a crew, there's no crew. I did have a partner, my son. He do the intros and shit, which I got his voice on the thing. I'm gonna have to use that when his voice was before his voice changed. Where he sounded like Mickey Mouse and shit. Yeah, it's a messed up world when people don't want to see you successful. They don't want to see you have more than them. They don't. I mean, because they say they want you to make it, but they don't want you to leave them behind. Yeah, that's where I was going with that. You're gonna leave them behind. My partner. What I'm talking about. I know that I know him. Nah, stay here. Stay here with us. Let's have a pity party. Talk about how bad we got it. And how they got their foot, man. Look, their foot now, if the foot in their ass or not in your ass, we gotta get this bread, we gotta get this bag, we gotta do what we gotta do. So, you know, you might as well just do it anyway. Let's talk about it while we doing this shit. Yeah. It's not true. I ain't stupid. And I know how bad it is for a lot of people, but we do a lot of shit to ourselves. A lot of times we have our own worst enemy. And behind into all that is a lot. Not that it's not real, but you ain't got to just keep absorbing that, you know, and make it even more real for yourself when it actually ain't upon you. When it come upon you, it's upon you. Shit, get your shit together. You'd be surprised what you could do when you stop worrying about that and focusing on that. That's in a way a bad thing about the technology, how it did made it so easy for the news to get around that you ordinarily wouldn't even hear or know about shit that's happened all the way on the other side of the country. You would hear about that for a long time. It's like good and bad, in a way. Does it help get justice in a way? But it's hard to say, man. I think it creates just as many problems as it solves. Because when they have a protest, here we go. I got to say this. Every time, automatically, if they have an organization, automatically, if you got 10 members, well, one or a couple of them could be agents. The more you get, the more likelihood that you infiltrated and the numbers is whatever, right? There's that. Even if they don't do that, even if y'all just randomly hook up and do whatever, but they got a task force for that too. Or they don't even need necessarily an official task force for it. Just some people that they gonna randomly do some shit. They gonna be the one in your peaceful crowd with the Molotov cocktail and light it and throw some shit and set some shit on fire. And motherfucker ain't got nothing to do with nothing. They're the police. Or they could pay somebody to do it. They give somebody a rock to throw a rock. Huh? It's like a no-brainer. It's just too easy. It's just too easy to fuck it up. And that's what they've done. And they could shoot at the police. The police could shoot at the police. Or hire somebody to do it. It's a thousand, all kind of scenarios of what they could do to make it look like y'all doing us something, and then they just make whatever, and that's what they doing, and that's how they got it. So for whatever you solve, you creating all other kind of shit. I ain't got all the answers, but I just say, hey man, getting money, getting organized in that way, instead of doing all that, where you could really help. When you get some money, get you a factory, hire some people, whatever you get, type of business you get, you can hire some people. That's helping some people right there. What kind of effect that would have on the whole scheme of things if you could hire 5, 10 people or 100 or 2 or 3 it's an affair. And if you could make some serious money when something do happen that maybe it's closer to home, because there should be people everywhere to be able to deal with that kind of thing. So perhaps you'd be able to pay for an attorney, pay for a private investigator, whatever, whatever. Hire somebody to figure out what's all needed to help and make a change. Because I'm saying if it's just gonna make it worse, that don't make no sense. And just the man, it ain't about kissing no ass, but just all the backlash and from the protests and just the idea of saying Black Lives Matter and whatnot and all of what it man, fuck that. Just skip all around that. Ain't gotta insist my life matter. If you don't think it matter, I don't care how much I could scream it with a bullhorn. If it don't matter to you, it don't matter to you. I can't make it matter to you. That shit's stupid. And then, not to mention that, it's you know who, the usual suspect that's putting the black man in harm's way. 90, through programming and whatnot, through all the hell that we got to go through, but only through not education in a way, but like learning through self-improvement. Also, without that, none of that shit don't mean nothing. Personal development, self-improvement. That's all it is to it. We got to do that. So, with that said, I was intending to put up this post earlier, but speaking of that, people don't want to take accountability for their actions. So, I think that's a whole video on its own with my son, my ex, and they bullshit. I just, man, I hope he know what he doing. He acting like he got it all figured out, but I don't think so. I just got a real bad feeling, but it's out of my hands, man. A lot of things, that's what I'm saying. If you can't, you can't control everything. You can't control people, period. You only can teach them, guide them, and after that, it's on them. He got all that I could put in him. I mean, seriously. I know I'm not a bad person, and I know I got the knowledge, So that's how it is, though. What I'm saying is the ones that's closest to you, that's the hardest to accept stuff from you. Anything. Okay. More later, more tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.